Yo, 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 everybody! How's it all going? Benny Bones here. You probably would have guessed that. Yeah, it's one of those high songs, I think, yeah. For a cheap bike, they got a fairly decent sound. Yeah, V-twin on them. Yeah, I'm just out for a bit of a ride at the moment. Thought I would climb on the bike. I've had the last 2 days off work because it was me, I maxed out my roster. So they were kind enough to say don't bother coming in. Which is pretty cool. So now I'm just off down to the arts and craft shop because I moved my microphone. As you can probably tell, the sound is a vast improvement, but I'm getting a bit of wind noise, so something I'm looking at doing is getting some of that fluffy fur stuff, that fake fur, so I can just make a little windsock for that. It's got a little foamy thing on it, but that doesn't always do the trick. See, I thought I'd come out for a ride. Nice warm day. Well, not inside my house, but when you're outside it's alright. My house is freezing. Don't know why. It doesn't get any light. Well, anyway, back to it. Going down the arts and craft shop. There's a few things I want. I want to get some of that Faux fur. F-A-U-X, Faux. Or faux, I think it's pronounced faux fur. Just a little bit. Look at him. He's a bit of a chewed up car. He'll buff out. Ding 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 ding. Oh, naughty. Not allowed to cross the line if the lights are flashing. But anyway, yeah, I need to get some Faux fur, and I want to get some acrylic paint as well. That's something I want to get. Yeah, so there's a few things. So I thought I'd head out. There's a few arts and craft shops around the place, not too many of them. There's 3 really big ones. They're all the same branch kind of thing. Called Spotlight. They probably peaked out all nasty. Spotlight. And I'm heading to one this way. The other 2 are a bit further out, different directions. This is the one I know how to get to really easy. Let's just hope it has it. Yeah, I like doing arts and crafty things. Just little tweaks on mods on stuff and changing little subtle things to make things personal. It's always more fun that way. It's like motorbikes. You see them and they all come in stock form, and like you've seen them all. And you just see little tiny little things that make it unique, make it yours. And there's those little tiny tweaks that give it a bit of personality. That's what I like doing. It's like this back here. Only having the one mirror, having the big cushy seat. Yeah, it's mine. There's a few other things I want to get to it. I want to get like ace bars, and you can get some rear sets for them, but they're pretty expensive. But to get rear sets, I consider I have to take them off for touring. Because yeah, and ace bars. Ace bars are a bit low for touring, but that's why I've got this bike. Should really just buy a Thruxton and get it over with. Get it out of my system. I love the Thruxton, it's a nice bike. But I'd love a Daytona as well. Triumphs. And an R6. I wanted an R6. And an old Yamaha, what is it? 650? Yeah, XJ650 Turbo. Yeah, they're like 1980, 82, 83 bikes, something like that. They only made them for 2 years, but they're just so bizarre. Yeah, it's like a 650cc motorbike with a turbocharger, carbureted. So they didn't produce a lot of power. They were there to try and compete with the massive 1000cc superbikes, but they never really made enough power to do it. And they never really took off as a bike. I'm glad to say I've actually seen one. I've only seen one. Yeah, it was at last year's Distinguished Gentleman's Ride. So that was something impressive. They look so bizarre, just the way that very 80s futuristic bodywork on them. The triangular fairings and all that kind of crazy stuff. But I want one. I've always wanted a turbocharged motorbike. Oh, what's going on here? This is where the road becomes one. It backs up like everything. The two lanes become one. Oh, someone's got a bit of a smashy thing there. Smashy, smashy. And everyone tries to squish in. In New Zealand, they have a saying on the signs: "Merge like a zipper," and that's what they actually tell you to do. Merge like a zipper, like one after another. Over here, it's a free-for-all. Whoever gets in front wins. And yeah, people like that ute there almost ran at the back of that motorbike. Swan River. It's very murky and muddy, but then that's colour it always is. Not a very clean running river. So yeah, as I was saying, I always love a turbocharged motorbike. I've always wanted to get like a mid-80s motorcycle, and preferably a 4-pot, and just whacking a turbo on it, seeing if I can get it running. I saw online that someone did a CB 500 turbocharged. So yeah, so it can be done. Usually it's not advised because you have to do quite a bit to it. Lower the compression of the cylinders and forged pistons and things like that. And there's a lot of pissing about with the fuel air mixtures and ratios and things like that. I know there's a cheating way where you just get a Hayabusa which has a digital injection system on it, and they just whack a turbo straight on and it compensates, or you put a new map into it and away it goes, fuel map. But yeah, I don't like the Hayabusas, hideous things. Yeah, they're fast, but they're just hideous. I like my classic bikes, the classic designs.